At Annandale Distillery, we call our new make malt spirit Rascally liquor. Robert Burns, 1759 to 1796, Scotland's national bard and a bit of a rascal himself, described the Usqueva, whisky from our part of Scotland, as rascally liquor. Our new make spirit tastes absolutely brilliant, but it can have a rather rascally effect, which is why we like the name so much. Burns doubtless came across a good few rascals in his time, and many feature in his poetry. The most rascally of all lent his name to Burns' epic poem, Tam O'Shanter. Tam was a farmer. Most market days would find Tam riding into Ayr from his farm near Alloway in southwest Scotland. Not to buy and sell, although that's what he told his wife, but to get fou and unco happy, drunk with his cronies. The first part of the tale depicts a jovial drunken scene one market night. But to our tale. Market night, Tam had got planted unco right, fast by an ingle bleezing finely, wi' reemin swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusty, drouthy crony. Tam looed him like a very brother. They had been fou for weeks together. Outside, a terrible storm was blowing up, but Tam was well beyond caring. The storm without micht rear and rustle, Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. As the night drove on with sangs and clatter, Tam got drunker and drunker, until he achieved that wonderful but very temporary state of mind, where the world and everything in it seems wonderful. Care mad to see a man sae happy, he'n drowned himself amang the nappy. As bees flee hame wi' lades o' treasure, the minutes winged their way wi' pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er a' the ills o' life victorious. All good things must come to an end. The clock struck midnight. Tam should have been home hours ago. The storm and Tam's wife were raging. Nae man can tether time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam mun ride. That hour, o' nicht's black arch the keystane, the dreary hour he mounts his beast in, and sic a nicht he taks the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The storm gets worse and worse. Could this be the devil at work? The wind blew as 'twould blaw its last, the rattling showers rose on the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep, and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The deil had business on his hand. And now for the scary bit. Tam and his faithful horse Maggie must pass the old haunted church at Alloway. He gets one hell of a surprise. Before him Doon pours all his floods, the Dublin storm roars through the woods, the lightnings flash frae pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspired by alcohol, Tam decides to gate-crash the devil's party. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. Wi' tippenny, wi' fear nae evil, wi' Usqueva we'll face the devil. The swat sae reamed in Tammy's noddle, fair play he cared nae deals a boddle. But Maggie stood, richt sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light. And whoa! Tam saw an uncaused sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillon Brent knew frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat Auld Nick in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large. To gie them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gat them skirl, till roof and rafters all did dirl. The centre of attraction was a beautiful young witch called Nanny, very scantily clad in a dress, sark, cut very short, cutty sark, more of which later. To sing how Nanny lap and flang, a supple jade she was and strang, and how Tam stood like ane bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. As the party grew louder and louder, Tam became more and more beguiled by Nanny. Finally, he forgot himself completely. Big mistake. Even Satan glowered, and fidged full fain, and hocht and blew wi' might and main, till first ae caper sign another, Tam tint his reason na thegither, and roars out, "Well done, Cutty Sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. Time for a sharp exit. Tam races off on Maggie, Meg, with the devil's entourage in hot pursuit. Nanny's leading the chase. She means business. Tam's only chance of salvation is to cross the bridge over the River Doon. Legend has it that supernatural beings cannot cross a running stream. It's a close race. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystane o' the brig. There at them now thy tail may toss, a running stream they darena cross. But ere the keystane she could make, a faint a tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little wist she Maggie's mettle, a spring brought off her master hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin clocht her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Tam gets away scot-free, but poor Maggie loses her tail. This is an important moment in history. To digress for a moment, Cutty Sark is the name of a famous clipper ship, now in dry dock in Greenwich, near London. The figurehead is the beautiful young witch Nanny. Guess what she's holding in her hand. With tongue firmly in cheek, the last verse of Tam O'Shanter warns of the dangers of excess consumption. Now, wha this tale o' truth shall read, ilk man and mother's son tak heed, when ere to drink you are inclined, or Cutty Sarks run in your mind, think, ye may buy these joys o'er dear. Remember Tam O'Shanter's mare. In contemporary terms, drink responsibly, or you might not be as lucky as Tam.